Hey everybody, Tag, Life Done Free, welcome back. Today I thought I would take you on a little tour of the homestead and kind of show you some of the stuff that we've been working on and the progress. It's been a little while since I've done a flyover, so we're gonna get the drone out and fly around and take some video and take some pictures, and I hope you enjoy it. But before we get there, a couple things. So there's a Midwest Homesteader and Mutual Assistance Group meetup going on at Ottawa State Fishing Lake in kind of north central Kansas on May the 21st. I will not be there. It's the same day that the Buffalo Creek Seed Company will be out here doing their tomato class, so I'm previously committed to go do that. But I will link their Facebook page to this video. If you're interested, go check it out. And if you can, I would really encourage you to do it. Second item is, I met a guy a little bit ago on YouTube, and he's got a YouTube page called Uncle Bodie's Homestead. And, what I know of the guy's story, he kind of gave up everything, sold everything, went to go live out of a camper to build his own homestead. He's making great progress. His channel's very young, even younger than mine. But I really like the guy, and I think he's doing it for all the right reasons. So go give him some love. Go check it out, and I hope you'll find something useful. Anyway, in the meantime, so let's go do a flyby, and let's check out the homestead. Come on, let's go. So as you can see, just a little tail end of the road right there that I'm trying to build in. I'm going to eventually gravel all the way across this dam. And we're going to connect to road on the other side, which I'll show you. But you can see the pond's filling up nicely. There's still a lot of work to do. You can see all that brush pile down there needs to be removed. All that wood that needs to be cut up into firewood. The island is, kind of looks like an island now. Again, you can see brush piles everywhere that we got to mulch up. Good news is we'll use it all in the garden. But here's the road that we're going to connect to. And kind of just backing off here a little bit. And sorry for the bumpiness, but we're flying a drone and it's windy, so it's hard to keep it, super still. But this is kind of the overview of the farm. Most of my land's in this picture, not all of it, but most of it. You can see my other little pond. I have 3 ponds on the property. The one that we broke the dam on, which is empty right now, that little one up there, and then the big one that we just built. Most of this prairie land up here, well, we grow hay in, and it's just natural prairie hay. We don't plant anything. We don't, fertilize. We don't use pesticides or herbicides. But most of this will just get all baled up, and then we will use it to feed animals, but also we'll use it for mulch. So Bee likes to roll it down the aisles between her garden rows. And you can see them kind of down there in the background. But see on the bottom of the screen, those are swells. So that whole area above that pond right there will be a food forest. And she's got a lot of it planted. I think there's like 40 fruit trees in there already. And so we're really excited about this food forest. I know that, she is. And one of these days I'll walk up there and do a complete view. As you can see, you can look down. There's my big firewood pile where I process firewood. There's the turkey coop, the chicken coop, the solar panels, the house. All the way in the back, that's the new shop I built. That's a 40 by 60 Quonset hut, and when I did the math of building with wood or building with metal, it became cheaper to just build the Quonset hut, and they're super strong, so I was plenty happy to do it. You can see the little footing on the far side of my house. That's my pod 4. I'm getting ready to pour that floor, and then I'll show you guys how I build that final pod. Again, just to look at the land. It's beautiful, one of my absolute, favorite places to be. I'm super excited about the pond. Again, I sit out every single day and, kind of stare at it. But let's see if we can get you some up-close stuff here. So here's a still shot of the above area. And you can see there's the chicken coop in the bottom and the turkey coop that I'm building next to it. That big pile of brush above that is exactly that, just a big pile of brush. And we use it to chip so that I can create mulch for Bee in her garden. Above that's the firewood splitting area, and it's a mess. I would, again, I'm not very proud of this spot, but I use it every day, so it's hard to keep it up. On the other side, you'll see 2 shipping containers and then a large part of her garden on one side of the road and her swells and food forest on the other. But I'll show you a little more of her garden. Let's check that out real quick. So as you can see, there's her garden, or at least a large part of it. And it's actually 2 separate gardens. That little flat spot in the middle behind the trampoline, that's actually the original homestead. And I'm going to build a shed up there for her to have a garden shed. So she pretty much grows in these rows like this. As I mentioned, between the rows, we lay down hay. We put mulch on top of them. You can see the ones that don't have mulch yet, they just have paper on them. And so this is a continued process, but I'm about to start shooting a bunch of video of this as she's almost done putting it in. One of the projects that I've been super excited about is finally getting in a place where I can shoot. I was a soldier, and I love to go out there and shoot. And so we cleared all this out, and you can see the mulch that's down on the ground. We just chipped all the branches of all the trees and all the stuff as we cleared it, just laid it down in the row. And you can't really see it very good, but all the way down there's targets. This is a 100-yard range. So far, I've only been able to come down here and shoot just a couple times, but it's a great stress reliever for me, and I'll walk you down in here. Again, it's just 100 yards, so it's not really long, but it's kind of the perfect spot. There's a huge embankment back behind it, which makes it perfectly safe. It's kind of tucked into the backside of my property, so I'm not going to bother anybody. And as time goes on, we actually have a range crew that's going to come out and work with me, and we're going to put in, some barriers and lots more targets and things like that. So, we can have some good old-fashioned American fun. You can see some of the still targets down there coming into range. I just took a handful down here from my previous place that I lived because, like I said, we shot all the time, and brought them out here so that if I was bored or something, I could come out here and shoot a little bit. The only negative to this is my overflow pipe, as you can see it in the background, kind of sits down at the bottom. So I'm going to bring down a couple big rocks or something and get something kind of in front of that so I'm not shooting holes in my overflow pipe. But as you can see, it just shoots right back into that embankment. If you went up that hill a ways, there's nothing back there, just big open fields if something did get away from me. But this should be good to go. Yeah, as you can tell, I've shot at them a few times, but I like shooting it still because I can hear them, and my sight isn't as good as it used to be. So anyway, so that's looking back up at it. There's old Lily and Panzer walking down the road. But got a little bit of clearing left to do. You can see there's a couple stumps here, but I'm super excited to have a range, and I'm super excited to be able to, put it in and share with all of you. That's the logs that were cut out of there, so that becomes firewood. I'm just adding on to my stash for not this coming year, but for the year after. Well, I hope you enjoyed this really quick, I guess 6.5 minute, 7-minute video on the tour of the farm. We're always busy, always got a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes it's hard to stop and show the progress and film. It takes twice as long, but I'm trying to stay up on it the best I can. Don't forget, as I mentioned early in the video, there is a mag gathering going on in central Kansas at Ottawa State Fishing Lake, and again, I'll post the link in the descriptions. You guys ought to go out. I won't make it out because that'll be the same day that we have the Buffalo Seed Company on the Homestead to do those tomato classes, so I won't make it there. And then also, as I also mentioned earlier in the video, go check out Uncle Brody's Homestead. This is a guy that I found on YouTube, and we've been chatting back and forth, and I think he's doing it for all the right reasons. It's not a very big channel, but I think it's got a lot of good content, and I think he's a really decent guy, so check him out too. Like I always say, you could be a little freer today than you were yesterday. Hold the line, don't give an inch. Tag out. See ya.